Hello, everyone. This is part one of The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn. Lessons from Books. So, the author says that life is not a battle, but a game of giving and receiving, and that what we send out in words, thoughts, and actions is always returned back to us. Everything we imagine soon appears in our waking lives. And how this is brought about is by the subconscious mind, which is very powerful and does exactly as we direct it. She says that whatever we feel deeply and image clearly is impressed upon the subconscious mind and carried out in the minutest details. The pictures always work out perfectly, regardless of the havoc that might be created. And I remember a story my friend told me where he was living in an apartment that he really liked. But for some reason, he got it into his head that his landlord was going to evict him, not for non payment, because he could pay it. And he worked himself up over this idea for 3 months. And in 3 months, his landlord actually did ask him to leave as he needed the apartment for one of his children. So, this is just a typical example of how we can cause havoc by imaging the wrong things, which most of us are very adept at doing. The superconscious mind is the God within and the realm of perfect ideas. The author says that these usually will flash into our minds as unattainable ideals. Take, for instance, somebody has the desire to become an actor, and once in a while they get this flash of imagination of them walking across the stage to receive an Oscar. But for most of us, we would probably say, "Oh, that's ridiculous. That's never going to happen. I haven't even gotten an audition yet." This is how it plays out usually. So, unaware of this, we continuously strive for situations that are safe. Instead of going for that big dream we have, we strive for the safety of the things that we think we can achieve. But we can change this. So, let's cover the basics. The subconscious mind has no sense of humor. You can totally joke your way into unhappy circumstances, and everybody has the ability to bless, multiply, heal, and prosper themselves. If you look in your wallet and there's only $5 in there, rather than say, "Oh no, I have $5," and be sad about it, you can cause that to multiply by speaking to it and say, "Thank you. I received 50. I received $500. This money is multiplied 100-fold." We can do that. We have the power. The abundance we already possess can be brought into manifestation by desire, faith, and the spoken word. But the first move is always ours to make. Intuition, she gives a definition, which means to be taught from within. That means your tuition is coming from inside you. Doubt and fear block our desires from manifesting. When we can wish without worrying, everything would be instantly fulfilled. I remember seeing a video on YouTube about these healers from, I think, maybe the Amazon, and there was a woman who had a tumor inside of her, and she was hooked up to a medical imaging device so you could actually see the tumor on the screen. And these healers just got around her chanting, and while they were doing this, the tumor started to reduce in size until it was practically gone. You couldn't see it anymore. And when asked, what they said was that they held a vision of this woman perfect and whole the way God intended. Illness is an aberration. So they pictured her without the illness, without the tumor. And once you can image to that extent, I mean, these are people who probably spend all their time, connecting to the divine in meditation and prayer. And so they can hold a vision very, very clearly and very strongly. If we can do that, then we can have our every wish is fulfilled as well. Fear is faith in evil instead of good. So, this is a great definition because if you grew up in church, you've heard about faith, but sometimes it's difficult to know, like, how do I actually have faith? Well, it's very easy for the average person to have faith in something bad happening. For instance, if you parked your car on the streets, it's very easy for you to think, "Oh no, someone might come and scratch my car." Well, that's having faith that something bad could happen. But for most of us, it's not as easy to picture and imagine, oh, well, I might come back to my car and someone might have left $100 bill there for me. Why not? If you can just get a figment of your imagination and start thinking that someone could come do something bad to your car, then why is it so difficult for us to think that someone could come do something good to your car? So have faith instead of fear. You must see your good clearly, destroy all images of how anything could go wrong. And this is how you impress your subconscious mind with a realization of good. You have to see it, be it, have it before it manifests physically. In your mind, you must see yourself doing all the things, having all the things, being all the things that you would like to be clearly and with no doubt or fear. And then they manifest physically. Let's talk about prosperity. So, you can release what is yours by your spoken word, like we said, but you must have perfect faith for it to work, like we said. Your thoughts are, they mold your body and they mold your affairs. So, what you're thinking, you will eventually see. Also, there is no fooling the laws of the universe. If you are asking for success, but you're preparing for failure, if you want something, but inside of you, you are making contingency plans for what you would do if the thing did not happen, then you're not fooling anybody. It's not going to happen. You must prepare for your success, even when there is no slightest sign that it's even going to happen. This is what when we are called to be a little bit crazy. Okay, you have to be slightly off the cuff sometimes to bring things into manifestation. Think about it. A lot of the inventions that we use today, the people who were working on them, bringing them about, like back in the day, some of them, their family members tried to get them committed into mental institutions. So that's how crazy you have to be to do great things. If you have your things packed up in boxes and every day you're saying, I'm moving, I'm moving, I'm moving, but you have no money. You have not the slightest idea how it's going to happen, but yet you're believing that you are going to move into that fabulous house that you want. That's a little crazy, but that's what needs to be done. This is exactly the fun of it. This is how you make your manifestation fun. The spiritual plane is unconditional. It's just as easy for the universe to give you $1 as it is for the universe to give you $1 million. But we as human beings, with our human mind, say, oh, a million is huge, $1 is nothing. No, it's the same exact thing. It doesn't take God longer to create a bug than it does for God to create a mountain. It's all the same thing. A big demonstration might be preceded by tormenting thoughts, discouragement. It might look like you have failed. You might get a rejection letter. Do not be phased by any of this. Remain unfazed. Continually affirm the truth about yourself. Be happy, give thanks that you've already received. And you have to continue to hold this vision and demand the manifestation of what you already have. Okay, why do we say you already have it? Because at the moment when you visualized something for the first time, or the moment when it's flashed into your consciousness, you had it at that point. This is what quantum physics says. So it has already been created, and the fact that it came into your mind is a clear sign that this is something that you can have. It is available for you. And the fact that it has not come into the physical is totally like just unimportant at this point. So, some other things to keep in mind. Every good and perfect gift is already yours. Like we just said, it's just awaiting your discovery. You can only receive what you see yourself receiving. And we cannot control situations outside of ourselves until we first control ourselves. Gain control of your emotions. Mary Morrissey says has this thing where she says, wait 3 days to freak out. So when something quote unquote bad happens, you can tell yourself, I'm not going to freak out about this right now. It happened on a Monday. I will wait till Wednesday to freak out. And if you can actually do this and remain joyful throughout, miracles can happen in that 3 day period. So usually it's easier for us to see the success of others than it is to see ours because we're very close to the situation. If your friend came and told you, "Oh my goodness, I just lost my job," it's so easy for you to look at her, him or her, and say, "Oh my God, you're so intelligent, you're amazing." Any employer would be glad to have you. They would be lucky. They should thank their lucky stars that they have you. You're going to get something else, something better. It's easy for us to say that to other people, but when it comes to our issues, it's very, very easy to be discouraged. So, this is where you have to think about it like, what would you do if your friend came and told you that they were having the problem that you're currently having? Whatever it is that you would say to them, then you say that to yourself. Gain distance from adverse situations so that you can once again see your success clearly. That's exactly what I was just talking about. And your words do not return void. We're constantly creating. This is why it's so important to talk about what you want and not what you do not want, because whatever you're voicing, you are attracting. So use your words for three purposes: to heal, to bless, and to prosper. Because what you say about others will be said about you. The author says that every illness has a mental correspondence. So we have to heal ourselves on the inside, and then the outside will be taken care of. Now, whether or this might be a sensitive topic for people, especially people who have battled ill health all their lives, or maybe with a loved one, but what does it hurt to just say good things about yourself? Whether or not you believe that this is the case, just it doesn't hurt. Napoleon Hill says every night give your subconscious a goal to take care of your body, give it instructions to heal your body. So before you go to sleep, you just say, "I am whole, I am healthy, every cell in my body is revitalized, I am getting younger, my health is renewed." Just say some good things. Send out blessings continuously, and this will create protection for you. This is why love and forgiveness are so important. It's not because we're letting people get away with the wrong that they have done to us. It's all about us freeing ourselves so that we can be free to be and free to have and free to enjoy all the things that are there for us. When we destroy the enemies within ourselves, then we no longer have external ones to face. So, this concludes part one of the game of life and how to play it. I will be back with part two. I want to thank all my new subscribers and thank everybody who has left amazing comments just encouraging me. I will see you on the next video. Peace and blessings.